Hey, you. Yes, the one watching this right now. Have you ever wondered why your kindness draws people in like a warm light, yet sometimes makes others pull back? You're the gentlest soul in any room, but deep inside, there's a strength that can shake the world. If this feels like you, this moment isn't random. You're meant to hear this today. Over the next few minutes, we'll uncover 8 powerful reasons why your kindness is your greatest superpower, and why you become absolutely unstoppable when pushed too far. Type A88 in the comments right now to claim this truth for yourself, and let's dive into this journey together. Reason 1. Your kindness is a gift, but it's also a mirror. Your warmth is like a beacon in a storm, guiding lost souls to safety. People are drawn to you. Friends who lean on you for comfort, strangers who share their secrets, even kids who cling to your side, or animals that nuzzle close, sensing your gentle heart. Ever had someone open up to you, spilling their deepest fears or joys just because you listened? That's no accident. Your kindness is a gift, a rare ability to make others feel safe, seen, and understood. Think of Princess Diana, often called the People's Princess. During a hospital visit, she sat with a grieving stranger, holding their hand and offering a simple, heartfelt touch. That moment wasn't scripted. It was pure compassion. The stranger later said they felt truly seen for the first time in years. That's the power you carry. Your smile calms chaos. Your presence soothes unspoken pain. And your empathy creates a space where people can be their true selves. But here's what most don't realize. Your kindness doesn't just comfort, it reveals. When you offer genuine care to someone hiding lies, insecurities, or guilt, they often feel exposed, not because you're trying to judge them, but because your authenticity acts like a mirror, reflecting their truth back at them. Diana's compassion wasn't just soft, it was a challenge. Her tireless work for the marginalized, visiting AIDS patients, embracing the forgotten, made those in power uneasy. Her kindness exposed their indifference, forcing them to confront their own shortcomings. Similarly, your sincerity can unsettle those who rely on masks, like Malala Yousafzai, whose gentle courage in advocating for girls' education shone a spotlight on the brutality of oppression. Your kindness has a dual edge. Malala's quiet determination to speak out, even after surviving an assassination attempt, wasn't just about healing. It was about exposing injustice and demanding change. This mirroring effect can be surprising, even for you. Have you ever noticed how some people adore you at first, drawn to your warmth, only to grow distant or defensive over time? It's not because you've changed. It's because your light reveals what they're trying to hide. Take Bob Marley, whose music spread love and unity, but also challenged systems of inequality. His songs, like Get Up, Stand Up, weren't just comforting anthems. They forced listeners to face uncomfortable truths about oppression. People flocked to his concerts for hope, but some in power feared his influence because his kindness carried truth. That's what you do too. Your gentle words, your thoughtful gestures, even your silence, they all carry a quiet power that comforts the hurting, but disrupts the dishonest. This might make you wonder, am I doing something wrong if people pull away? Absolutely not. When someone acts cold, withdraws, or calls you too much, they're not rejecting you. They're running from what your light reveals. It's like a sunrise exposing shadows. The light isn't the problem, the shadows are. Your kindness isn't meant to please everyone. It's meant to heal, to uplift, and, when necessary, to challenge. So, don't dim your light to make others comfortable. Keep offering your warmth, even if some can't handle it. Like Diana, Malala, and Marley, your kindness is a force that changes lives, sometimes by soothing, sometimes by revealing. It's not just a gift, it's a power that transforms everything around you. So, keep shining, and let your light do what it was meant to do. Reason 2. Your patience is a strategy, not a surrender. Your kindness shines like a light, but it's not the only strength you carry. Have you ever held your tongue when others would have snapped, staying calm even when someone disrespected you? Maybe you could have shut them down with a single sentence, but you chose silence. That's not weakness. It's wisdom, a deliberate choice that reflects the same power as your kindness. Your patience is like a chess master's calculated move, seeing the board far beyond the moment. It's a strategy, not a surrender, and it's what makes you unstoppable. Consider Nelson Mandela, who endured 27 years in prison for his fight against apartheid. Locked away in a tiny cell, he faced unimaginable cruelty. Yet he didn't lash out or give in to despair. Instead, he waited, studied his opponents, and built alliances. His patience wasn't passivity, it was a plan. When he emerged, he didn't seek revenge. He led South Africa to freedom with a vision for unity. That's you. You see the bigger picture, giving people chances to change, space to grow, and time to make things right. You're not ignoring their wrongs. You're choosing when and how to respond, trusting that the truth will surface in its own time. Your restraint is a choice, not a defeat. Look at Michelle Obama, who faced vicious racist and sexist attacks during her time as First Lady. Instead of firing back impulsively, she responded with grace, letting her actions, her advocacy for education, health, and equality, speak louder than words. But she knew when to act. In her iconic, "When they go low, we go high" speech, she addressed the hate with clarity and dignity, inspiring millions. Her patience wasn't about staying quiet forever. It was about choosing the right moment to make an impact. That's what you do too. Ever stayed calm in a heated argument, knowing you could win but choosing to wait? Or maybe you've let someone's snide comment slide. Not because you didn't notice, but because you knew reacting rashly wouldn't serve you. That's your strength, your ability to hold back, to assess, to plan. But let's be clear. Your patience has limits, and that's what makes it powerful. When someone crosses your boundaries too many times, your silence shifts to action. It's not loud or chaotic. It's deliberate, like a river carving through stone. Take Rosa Parks, whose quiet refusal to give up her bus seat in 1955 sparked the Montgomery bus boycott. For years, she endured segregation's daily indignities, patiently working within civil rights groups. Her patience wasn't surrender, it was preparation. When she finally acted, her calm defiance changed history. That's the kind of power you hold. When you move, it's with clarity that cuts through noise, reshaping relationships, workplaces, or even communities. Why does this matter? Because people often mistake your patience for weakness. They think they've outsmarted you, that your calm means you're oblivious. They're wrong. Like a seasoned strategist, you're watching, listening, and waiting for the moment when your response will have the most impact. Have you ever had someone underestimate you, only to realize later they misjudged your strength? Maybe a coworker took credit for your work, or a friend kept flaking on promises, thinking you'd let it slide forever. When you finally draw the line, calmly, firmly, they're stunned, because they didn't see it coming. That's the beauty of your patience. It's not about avoiding conflict. It's about mastering it. This might make you question, am I being too passive if I don't react right away? Not at all. Your restraint is a sign of control, not cowardice. It's like a martial artist who doesn't strike until the moment is perfect. When they do, it's precise and powerful. Your patience allows you to preserve your energy, protect your peace, and act with purpose. So don't feel pressured to respond to every slight or insult. Trust your timing. Keep giving grace where it's warranted, but know when to draw the line. Like Mandela, Obama, and Parks, your patience is a strategy that builds your strength, and when you act, it's with a force that reshapes everything. Your restraint is your power, and your action, when it comes, is unstoppable. Reason 3. Your anger is rare, but it's righteous. Your patience, like a master strategist's plan, sets the stage for powerful action. But what happens when that action finally comes? It's not reckless or chaotic. It's a fire that burns with purpose. You don't lose your cool often. You forgive quickly, choose peace over petty drama, and rise above conflicts that don't serve you. But when someone betrays your trust, disrespects your worth, or crosses your boundaries one too many times, something sparks inside. It's not just anger, it's a demand for truth, a call for justice. Ever felt that fire ignite when someone pushed you too far? That's not a flaw, it's your strength, a righteous force that sets you apart. Look at Beyoncé, who faced deep personal betrayal in her marriage. The pain could have broken her, but instead of lashing out or sinking into despair, she channeled it into her groundbreaking album Lemonade. Every song was a raw, honest exploration of hurt, betrayal, and resilience. She didn't just vent, she spoke for millions, turning her anger into a transformative force that called out dishonesty while reclaiming her power. Her anger wasn't about destruction. It was about creation, building a legacy that empowered others to face their own truths. That's what your anger does too. It's not about tearing people down. It's about lifting the veil, demanding respect, and setting things right. Your anger is rare, and that's why it's so powerful. Like Serena Williams, who faced unfair treatment throughout her tennis career, you hold back until the moment demands your voice. During the 2018 US Open, an umpire penalized her unfairly, accusing her of cheating. Instead of staying silent, she stood her ground, calmly but firmly saying, "I don't cheat to win. I'd rather lose." That wasn't chaos. It was clarity, a refusal to let injustice slide. Her words cut through the lies, not because she was aggressive, but because she was honest. The world listened, and her stand sparked conversations about fairness in sports. That's the kind of impact you have when you speak up. Your anger isn't wild or vengeful. It's a precise, truthful force that shakes people awake. But let's go deeper. Your anger isn't just a reaction, it's a reflection of your values. Think of Angela Davis, the activist who faced imprisonment and persecution for her fight against racial injustice. In the 1970s, she was targeted by the FBI, labeled a dangerous criminal for her beliefs. Instead of responding with bitterness, she used her platform to speak out calmly but fiercely, demanding systemic change. Her anger wasn't about personal grudges, it was about justice, rooted in a deep commitment to truth. When she spoke, whether in courtrooms or rallies, her words carried weight because they came from a place of clarity, not chaos. That's you too. Have you ever felt that moment when you couldn't stay silent anymore? Maybe a friend kept lying, a coworker disrespected you, or a family member dismissed your feelings. When you finally spoke up, it wasn't to hurt them. It was to honor your worth and demand better. Why does this matter? Because the world often tells you anger is wrong, especially if you're kind. People expect you to stay soft, to forgive endlessly, to never rock the boat. They're as shocked when you stand your ground as if a kitten suddenly roared like a lion. They're uncomfortable when your fire shows, because it challenges their assumptions. But your anger isn't a mistake. It's a signal that something needs to change. It's like a lighthouse flashing in the dark, warning others to course correct before they crash. When you express it, you're not losing control. You're taking it back. Ever noticed how people react when you finally stand your ground? They might be shocked, defensive, or even apologetic, because they didn't expect your strength. That's the power of your righteous anger. It doesn't just demand attention, it demands respect. This might make you wonder, is it okay to feel angry if I'm supposed to be kind? Absolutely. Your kindness and your anger aren't opposites, they're partners. Your kindness offers grace, but your anger protects it. It's like a gardener who nurtures plants but pulls weeds to keep the garden thriving. Your anger pulls the weeds of dishonesty, disrespect, and betrayal, ensuring your kindness isn't taken for granted. So don't fear it. It's not about shouting or hurting others. It's about speaking truth with purpose. Like Beyoncé, Williams, and Davis, your anger is a call for justice, not a loss of control. It's a fire that burns cleanly, clearing away what doesn't belong and lighting the way for something better. How do you harness this power? Start by recognizing when your anger rises. Is it a fleeting frustration or a deep signal that someone's crossed a line? If it's the latter, don't suppress it, shape it. Speak calmly but firmly, like Serena. Create something meaningful, like Beyoncé. Or stand firm for what's right, like Angela. Your words, when they come, will carry the weight of your truth, and they'll resonate because they're real. Don't let anyone make you feel guilty for standing up. Your anger isn't a flaw. It's a force, a righteous demand for respect and fairness. When it sparks, it's a sign you're reclaiming your worth, and that power changes everything around you. So, embrace it, use it wisely, and let it remind the world. Your kindness is strong, but your truth is unstoppable. Reason 4. You protect fiercely, others and yourself. Your righteous anger, like a fire that burns with purpose, defends your truth and demands justice. But your strength doesn't stop there. It extends to protecting those around you and, just as crucially, yourself. You're the one people turn to when life gets tough. Friends call you in the middle of the night. Colleagues lean on you for advice. Even strangers trust you with their deepest secrets. Why? Because you're a safe haven, a steady presence in a world full of storms. Your kindness and strength make others feel secure, but your ability to set boundaries ensures that your own light never dims. You protect fiercely, and that's what makes you unstoppable. Think of Oprah Winfrey, who built a platform to uplift the voiceless. For decades, her talk show was a sanctuary where people shared stories of pain, triumph, and resilience. She listened with genuine care, offering comfort and hope to millions. Whether it was a survivor of abuse or a young dreamer, Oprah's empathy gave them a space to heal and grow. But she wasn't just a protector of others. She guarded her own peace with equal ferocity. Early in her career, she faced toxic work environments and discriminatory bosses who tried to limit her voice. Instead of letting their negativity define her, she set firm boundaries, walking away from situations that didn't honor her worth. By choosing herself, she built an empire that changed the world. That's you. You're a shield for those who need it. But you also know when to protect your own heart. You're a protector in every sense of the word. Like Maya Angelou, who used her poetry to champion the vulnerable. You stand up for those who can't. Angelou's words in works like Still I Rise gave strength to the marginalized, lifting them up in the face of oppression. But she also knew when to step back from harm. When a publishing deal tried to control her creative voice, she walked away, choosing her integrity over fame. That decision wasn't easy. It meant turning down money and recognition, but it preserved her ability to inspire generations. You do the same, whether it's defending a friend being unfairly treated, supporting a coworker who's overlooked, or speaking up for someone who's been silenced. Your kindness drives you to protect others, but your strength ensures you don't lose yourself in the process. Let's go deeper. Your protective nature isn't just about others. It's about guarding your own light. Take Dolly Parton, whose warmth and generosity have made her a beloved figure worldwide. She's donated millions to education, disaster relief, and healthcare, creating opportunities for countless people. But Dolly also knows how to say no. Early in her career, she faced pressure to change her image, her music, even her personality to fit industry standards. Instead of bending, she set boundaries, famously saying, "I'd rather be an original than a copy." By protecting her authenticity, she built a legacy that's uniquely hers. That's what you do, too. Have you ever stood up for someone who needed help? only to realize later you needed to protect yourself from their drama? Or maybe you've poured your heart into a relationship or job, only to see it drain you until you had to step back. That's your strength. Knowing when to give and when to guard. Why does this matter? Because the world often expects kind people to be endless givers, to sacrifice themselves without limits. People might call you too sensitive or distant when you pull away from toxic situations. They might even guilt you, saying you're abandoning them. They're wrong. Setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's essential. It's like a lighthouse keeper ensuring the beacon stays lit. You can't guide others if your own light goes out. Your kindness doesn't mean tolerating disrespect or carrying others' burdens at the cost of your peace. Your ability to say enough is just as powerful as your ability to support others. It's a balance that keeps you strong, grounded, and unstoppable. This balance can feel challenging. Ever wondered if you're being too harsh when you set a boundary, or felt guilty for walking away from someone who kept hurting you? You're not alone. But here's the truth. Protecting yourself is an act of love, for you and for those you care about. When you guard your peace, you preserve the energy to keep helping others. Like Oprah, Angelo, and Parton, you're a protector who knows that shielding others starts with shielding yourself. Your boundaries don't diminish your kindness. They amplify it, ensuring your light burns bright for those who truly value it. How do you embrace this power? Start by recognizing when a situation or person is draining you. Does their behavior disrespect your worth? Are they taking without giving back? If so, set a boundary, calmly, firmly, like Dolly saying no to conformity. It might mean saying, "I can't take on this right now," or walking away from a toxic dynamic. You don't need to explain or justify your choice. Your peace is worth protecting, and those who respect you will understand. Don't let anyone make you feel selfish for choosing yourself. Your kindness is a gift, but it's not an obligation. Like a warrior guarding a sacred flame, you protect what matters, others and your own heart. That's not just strength, it's a force that reshapes the world around you. So keep shielding the vulnerable, but never forget to shield yourself, because that's what makes you truly unstoppable. Reason 5. Your rage is quiet, but it's unstoppable. Your fierce protection, like a warrior guarding a sacred flame, ensures that your light and the light of others burns bright. But what happens when protection isn't enough? When you've given all you can, and someone still disrespects your boundaries or takes your kindness for granted? You don't erupt in chaos or lash out in fury. Instead, you step back, and that quiet withdrawal is louder than any fight. Your rage isn't explosive. It's a silent, unstoppable force that reshapes everything in its wake. When you're truly done, your absence speaks volumes, and it's a power that no one can ignore. Consider Dave Chappelle, who walked away from a $50 million Comedy Central deal in 2005 when he felt his values were being compromised. The industry pressured him to conform, to dilute his vision for profit, but he refused to betray his principles. He didn't lash out or make a public spectacle. He left quietly, retreating to Africa to reflect and regroup. His absence sent shockwaves through the entertainment world, forcing executives to confront their flaws. Fans and colleagues felt the void, and when he returned years later, it was on his terms, with a renewed voice that commanded respect. That's you. Your withdrawal is a statement, a deliberate choice that carries more weight than any argument. When you step away, you're not running, you're reclaiming your power. Your silence is a force, not a surrender. Like Prince, who stepped away from his record label in the 1990s to protest their control over his music, your absence reveals what others stand to lose. Prince was one of the biggest artists of his time, yet he faced constant battles with Warner Brothers over creative freedom. Instead of fighting publicly, he changed his name to an unpronounceable symbol, a bold act of defiance that forced the industry to respect his autonomy. His quiet rebellion wasn't about revenge, it was about asserting his worth. The label scrambled without his full presence, and fans felt the impact of his partial withdrawal. That's what happens when you walk away. People don't see your value until you're gone. They're like kids who don't appreciate their favorite toy until it's lost in the laundry pile. They take your kindness for granted, assuming you'll always be there to support, forgive, or fix things. But when you leave, their world shifts, and the void you leave behind speaks louder than words. Let's go deeper. Your quiet rage isn't just about walking away. It's about letting reality do the talking. Think of Nina Simone, whose music was a lifeline for the civil rights movement. In the 1960s, she faced racism and exploitation in the music industry, yet she poured her soul into songs like Mississippi Goddamn, a powerful protest against injustice. But when the industry continued to marginalize her, she didn't scream or fight. She left the United States, moving to Europe to protect her peace and rebuild her career on her own terms. Her absence was felt deeply. Fans and activists mourned the loss of her voice in America, and the industry had to reckon with its role in pushing her away. When she returned, her influence was undeniable, proving that her quiet withdrawal was a force that reshaped perceptions. That's you too. Have you ever stepped back from a friendship, a job, or a family dynamic that didn't value you? Maybe you stopped calling, stopped helping, or simply walked away. The moment you did, things changed. People noticed, and the truth of your worth became clear. Why does this matter? Because the world often underestimates the power of silence, especially from someone kind. People expect you to stay, to keep giving, to never pull away. They might call your withdrawal cold or dramatic, accusing you of overreacting. They're wrong. Your silence isn't petty, it's purposeful. It's like a tree pulling its roots back from barren soil to grow elsewhere. Your presence holds things together. Teams, friendships, families, even entire communities. You're the one who listens, supports, and keeps things steady. But when you step away, the void reveals what they've lost. It's not about punishment, it's about truth. Your absence forces others to confront their actions, to see the value they overlooked. And that's a power no outburst could ever match. This can feel heavy. Ever felt guilty for walking away, wondering if you should have stayed and fought? Or worried that your silence was a sign of giving up? You're not alone, but here's the truth. Your withdrawal is not defeat, it's a declaration. It's you saying, "I deserve better," without needing to raise your voice. Like Chappelle, Prince, and Simone, you're choosing yourself, and that choice is a force that reshapes lives. Your quiet rage isn't about holding grudges. It's about honoring your worth and letting reality speak for you. When you walk away, you're not abandoning others. You're protecting your peace and setting a standard for how you should be treated. How do you harness this power? Start by recognizing when you're truly done. Is someone repeatedly disrespecting you, ignoring your boundaries, or taking you for granted? If so, consider stepping back, calmly, deliberately, like Dave Chappelle leaving the spotlight. It might mean reducing contact, saying no to demands, or walking away entirely. You don't need to explain or justify your choice. Your absence will say everything. Trust that the truth will surface, just as it did for Prince and Simone. Don't let anyone guilt you into staying in a place that dims your light. Your kindness is a gift, but it's not an obligation. Like a river that redirects its flow to find better ground, your quiet rage is a force that clears the way for growth. It's not about revenge, it's about respect for yourself and the truth. When you withdraw, you're letting reality take over, and nothing can stop that. So, embrace your silence, let it speak, and know that your absence is as powerful as your presence. Reason 6. Your intuition sees what others miss. Your quiet rage, like a river redirecting its flow, protects your peace and asserts your worth with unshakable strength. But what guides you to know when to step back, when to act, or when to stay? It's your intuition, a razor-sharp inner compass that sees what others overlook. Ever felt something was off before anyone said a word? Maybe a friend's smile didn't match their eyes, or a situation felt wrong despite all appearances. That's not just a hunch. It's your superpower, a radar for truth that keeps you one step ahead. Your intuition is what makes you unstoppable, guiding you through life's uncertainties with clarity and confidence. Think of Rihanna, who trusted her instincts to navigate the cutthroat music industry. Early in her career, she was offered deals that looked perfect on paper, big money, big promises. But something didn't feel right. Despite pressure from managers and peers, she said no, sensing hidden strings attached. That intuition led her to make bold choices, like launching Fenty, which grew into a billion-dollar empire. Her gut didn't just save her from bad deals. It built a legacy that redefined beauty and business. That's you. You don't just hear words or see surfaces. You sense intentions, fears, and hidden motives. Your intuition cuts through the noise, revealing what's real. Your inner compass is a gift, not a coincidence. Like Rumi, the 13th century poet whose words pierce through illusions to reveal universal truths, your instincts see what others miss. Rumi's poetry, like the guest house, invited people to embrace all emotions as teachers, defying the norms of his time. His inner vision guided millions across centuries, offering wisdom that felt timeless. You have that same clarity. Ever had a gut feeling about someone's true character, only to be proven right later? Maybe you sensed a co-worker's dishonesty before it surfaced, or felt uneasy about a decision everyone else supported. That's your intuition at work, honed by every challenge, betrayal, and lesson you faced. It's not suspicion, it's wisdom, a power that sets you apart. But let's go deeper. Your intuition isn't just about spotting danger, it's about guiding you toward what's right. Take Steve Jobs, whose instincts shaped the tech world. When designing the first iPhone, he rejected countless prototypes, trusting a gut feeling that they weren't simple enough. Engineers and executives pushed back, but Jobs held firm, sensing what customers would truly want. His intuition birthed a device that changed how we live. That's what your intuition does too. It's not just a warning system, it's a beacon, pointing you toward choices that align with your values. Have you ever made a decision that felt right, even when others doubted you? Maybe you turned down a job that looked good on paper, or walked away from a relationship that didn't feel authentic. Those choices weren't random. They were your intuition steering you toward your truth. Why does this matter? Because the world often dismisses intuition as overthinking or being too intense. People might say you're reading too much into things, urging you to ignore your gut for logic or appearances. They're wrong. Your intuition is a compass, forged in the fire of your experiences. Every time you've been let down, misled, or underestimated, it's sharpened your ability to see what's real. Like a navigator charting uncharted waters, you sense the currents others can't. This isn't paranoia, it's precision. Your kindness makes you open-hearted, but your intuition ensures you're not naive. It's the quiet voice that tells you who to trust, when to act, and when to walk away, just as it did when you chose silence in those moments of rage. This power can feel mysterious. Ever wondered why you knew something before it happened, or questioned if you should trust that inner voice? You're not alone, but here's the truth. Your intuition is no accident. It's a gift, built from every lesson you've learned, every time you've had to navigate uncertainty. Like Rihanna, Rumi, and Jobs, you're attuned to truths others overlook, and that's what makes you unstoppable. Your gut is like a lantern in the dark, illuminating paths others can't see. It's not just about avoiding harm. It's about finding what's right, what's true, what's yours. How do you harness this power? Start by listening when your intuition speaks. Does a situation feel off? Does someone's energy not match their words? Don't dismiss it. Pause and pay attention. Trust that quiet nudge, like Rihanna trusting her gut over a contract. Reflect on past moments when your intuition was right, like Rumi's timeless wisdom guiding souls. And act on it, like Jobs creating something revolutionary. You don't need to justify your instincts to others. They're your guide, your truth detector, your edge. People might doubt you, call you too sensitive or paranoid. Let them. Your intuition is a force, a power that keeps you ahead of the curve. It's not just a feeling, it's a strength that shapes your choices and protects your path. So trust it, lean into it, and let it lead you. Like a star guiding a ship through the night, your intuition makes you unstoppable. Reason 7. Your forgiveness has limits, and that's okay. Your intuition, like a star guiding a ship through the night, illuminates the path to truth and keeps you grounded in your strength. But what happens when that inner compass tells you someone's actions no longer deserve your grace? You're the one who gives second chances, who sees the good in people even when they falter, who believes in redemption when others have given up. Your heart is wide open, ready to forgive where others hold grudges, to understand even when it hurts. But there's a line, a moment when your intuition signals that forgiveness must have limits. And that's okay. It's not a failure. It's wisdom, a powerful choice that honors your worth and protects your peace. That's what makes you unstoppable. Look at Nelson Mandela, who emerged from 27 years in prison with a vision to unite a divided nation. As South Africa's leader, he forgave his oppressors, offering a hand of reconciliation to heal centuries of pain. His forgiveness was a beacon, inspiring the world with its generosity. But Mandela wasn't naive. When some groups refused to embrace reconciliation, clinging to old hatreds or exploiting his grace, he held firm. He prioritized his country's future over endless tolerance, setting clear boundaries to protect the progress he'd fought for. That's you. You offer forgiveness with an open heart, but you know when to stop, guided by the same clarity that fuels your intuition. Your grace is boundless, but it's not a blank check. Your ability to forgive is a strength, not a weakness. Like Alicia Keys, who faced betrayal early in her music career, you see the potential for growth in others. Keys worked with producers and managers who tried to control her artistry, promising success but limiting her voice. For a time, she gave them the benefit of the doubt, hoping they'd respect her vision. But when their actions became toxic, she walked away from a restrictive contract, choosing to build her own legacy. That wasn't cold. It was courageous. By setting limits, she protected her peace and created a career that inspired millions. That's what you do too. Have you ever forgiven someone repeatedly, hoping they'd change, only to realize they were taking your kindness for granted? Maybe a friend kept breaking promises, or a colleague undermined you while you kept giving them chances. When you finally said no more, it wasn't about resentment, it was about growth. But let's go deeper. Your forgiveness has limits because it's rooted in self-respect. Think of Oprah Winfrey, who's known for her boundless empathy. She spent decades uplifting others, from mentoring young leaders to funding education for thousands. Yet, Oprah has also faced personal betrayals. Friends who leaked private stories, partners who broke her trust. Early in her life, she forgave readily, believing in second chances. But as she grew, she learned to set boundaries. When a close confidant betrayed her, she didn't hold a grudge. She simply let them go, focusing on relationships that honored her worth. That choice wasn't about cutting people off. It was about choosing herself. Your limits work the same way. They're not about shutting people out. They're about opening space for what truly matters. When you stop forgiving someone who keeps hurting you, you're not being harsh. You're being wise. Why does this matter? Because the world often expects kind people to forgive endlessly, to absorb pain without protest. They act like you're supposed to be a forgiveness vending machine, spitting out second chances for every coin of bad behavior. People might call you changed or distant when you stop offering grace. They might guilt you, saying you're not being compassionate enough. They're wrong. Forgiveness isn't a debt you owe. It's a gift you choose to give. And like any gift, it has boundaries. Your kindness makes you generous, but your intuition tells you when that generosity is being exploited. It's like a gardener pruning dead branches to help the tree thrive. When you let go of those who take without giving back, you're not closing your heart. You're nurturing it, ensuring it stays strong for those who value your love. This can feel complex. Ever felt torn between forgiving someone and protecting yourself? Or wondered if you're being too hard by setting limits? You're not alone. But here's the truth. Setting boundaries on forgiveness is an act of growth, not a failure of kindness. It's you listening to your intuition, just as it guided you to walk away in moments of quiet rage. Like Mandela, Keys, and Oprah, you're balancing love with wisdom, offering grace where it's earned but refusing to let your heart become a doormat. Your limits don't make you less loving. They make you stronger, more authentic, and more capable of giving to those who truly deserve it. How do you embrace this power? Start by tuning into your intuition when forgiveness feels heavy. Does someone's repeated behavior show they're not learning or changing? Are they taking your kindness for granted, expecting endless chances? If so, set a limit, calmly, firmly, like Alicia Keys walking away from a bad deal. It might mean saying, "I care about you, but I can't keep doing this," or simply stepping back without explanation. You don't need to hold a grudge or wish them harm, just move forward, like Oprah focusing on what uplifts her. Trust that your heart knows when to stop, just as Mandela knew when to prioritize progress over tolerance. Don't let anyone make you feel guilty for choosing your peace. Your forgiveness is a gift, but it's not an obligation. Like a tree shedding leaves to prepare for new growth, your limits clear the way for a stronger, more vibrant you. That's not just strength. It's a force that reshapes your life and inspires others. So keep loving with an open heart, but know when to say no more, because that's what makes you truly unstoppable. Reason 8. Your presence changes the game. Your forgiveness, like a tree shedding leaves for new growth, nurtures your strength and clears the way for a life aligned with your truth. But all these qualities, your kindness, patience, righteous anger, fierce protection, quiet rage, sharp intuition, and wise boundaries, culminate in something even greater. Your presence. It's not just what you do, it's who you are. Ever walked into a room and felt the energy shift? Your vibe sets the tone. Calm, yet commanding. Warm, yet unshakable. People feel it, even if they can't put it into words. Your presence isn't just nice. It's transformative. A force that reshapes moments, relationships, and even the world around you. That's what makes you truly unstoppable. Think of Chadwick Boseman, whose quiet strength radiated both on and off the screen. During the filming of Black Panther, his calm presence united a diverse cast, creating a set where everyone felt valued and inspired. He didn't need to raise his voice or demand attention. His energy spoke louder than words. Whether he was embodying T'Challa or mentoring young actors behind the scenes, Boseman's authenticity and grace lifted those around him, fostering a sense of purpose and unity. That's you. You calm chaos, inspire growth, and shift perspectives without even trying. Have you ever noticed how people gravitate toward you in a crisis, or how your quiet confidence changes the mood of a tense meeting? That's your presence at work, a gift that makes every space better just because you're there. Your impact goes beyond moments. It reshapes lives. Like Frida Kahlo, whose art and spirit transformed how people saw pain, strength, and identity, you redefine what's possible. Kahlo's paintings, raw with vulnerability and bold with truth, created a space for others to embrace their own struggles and triumphs. Despite personal hardships, chronic pain, heartbreak, and societal prejudice, she showed up as herself, unapologetically. Her presence, whether in her vibrant self-portraits or her defiant spirit, challenged norms and inspired generations. You do that too. Your kindness draws people in, but it's your strength, your authenticity, that leaves a lasting mark. Ever had someone tell you how much your support meant to them, or how your quiet encouragement helped them through a tough time? That's not just kindness, it's your presence, a force that holds space for truth and growth. But let's go deeper. Your presence isn't just about what you bring. It's about what happens when you're gone. When Boseman passed, the world didn't just mourn an actor. It felt the absence of a beacon of hope, a man whose energy uplifted millions. His loss reminded us how rare and necessary his presence was. The same is true for you. When you step away, people notice. Think of Nelson Mandela, whose presence as a leader brought South Africa together during its darkest times. After his presidency, his absence from public life left a void, not because he was loud, but because his steady, unifying energy was irreplaceable. That's what your presence does. You're the one who holds things together: friendships, teams, families, communities. Your calm resolve, your ability to listen, your knack for seeing the truth, all of it creates a ripple effect. But when you leave, whether by choice or circumstance, the void reveals just how much you mattered. Have you ever left a group or situation and heard later that things weren't the same without you? That's not ego. It's evidence of your impact. Why does this matter? Because the world often overlooks the quiet power of presence, especially from someone kind. People might take you for granted, assuming your steady energy will always be there. They might not realize how much your presence shapes their lives until it's gone. But you don't need their validation to know your worth. Like a lighthouse standing firm in a storm, your presence is a constant, guiding others even when they don't see it. Your kindness makes you approachable, your strength makes you inspiring, and your authenticity makes you unforgettable. You're not just kind, you're a force, a game changer who shifts the atmosphere wherever you go. This isn't about being loud or demanding attention. It's about being you, fully and unapologetically. This power can feel subtle, even invisible at times. Ever wondered if you're really making a difference, or felt like your quiet presence goes unnoticed? You're not alone, but here's the truth. Your presence is a gift, felt deeply even when it's not acknowledged. Every time you show up with kindness, listen with care, or stand firm in your truth, you're changing the game. You're creating space for others to grow, to heal, to be their best selves. Like Boseman uniting a caste, Kahlo inspiring through art, or Mandela bridging a nation, your presence is a catalyst for transformation. And when you're gone, the world feels it. Not because you sought the spotlight, but because your light was essential. How do you embrace this power? Start by owning your presence. Show up as you are, without shrinking to fit others' expectations. Trust that your energy, your kindness, your strength, your truth, makes a difference, even in small moments. Be the calm in someone's storm, like Boseman. Be the voice that inspires, like Kahlo. Be the bridge that connects, like Mandela. You don't need to be loud or forceful. Your presence speaks for itself. And when you choose to step away, know that your absence carries weight too. It's a reminder of your value, a call for others to rise to your standard. Don't underestimate your impact. Your kindness is the spark, but your presence is the flame. lighting up the world in ways you may never fully see. So, keep showing up, keep being you, and let your light change everything. Because you're not just kind, you're a force, a presence that makes the world better, and that's what makes you truly unstoppable. Here's the truth. Your kindness isn't soft. It's your superpower. You're not just nice. You're a game changer, a force to be reckoned with. Don't hide your light to make others comfortable. Trust your instincts, set boundaries, and let your presence shine. Because, let's be real, the world without your vibe would be like a party with no music, total chaos and no fun. Type 1111 in the comments right now to say, "I'm ready to own my power." Subscribe so you never miss a message like this, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. We're so grateful for you. Every comment, share, and moment you spend here builds this community. You're part of a movement of people embracing their strength through kindness. Take one step today to own your power. Maybe it's showing up fully as yourself, offering a kind word, or simply trusting the impact of your presence. Tell us about it in the comments. Your story inspires others. Until next time, keep being kind. But never forget, you're unstoppable. Stay strong, keep shining, and let your light change the world.